Okay. Yay. Hi. Hello. Happy holidays. I feel like we are really finally getting into the holiday season around here. I got these Christmas lights up. Yay. It's always kind of a mess in here, but make it festive. It was the first snow today. It snowed a little bit, but this is like the first time it's stuck and it's beautiful and it's a winter wonderland outside. So I'm feeling very festive and very cozy, and I'm deep into this novel. It feels like a fun time to get back to YouTube. So hi, welcome. My name is Rebecca. If we've never met before, hello, welcome. I am a writer, I'm a painter, I'm a filmmaker. I'm in the snowy woods of Wisconsin right now, and I am deep into writing my first novel. As it is right now, first week of December, just had Thanksgiving, quick turnaround after Thanksgiving. That was a huge couple of days. It was really a huge week. For the last several years, my family has gone out for our Thanksgiving dinner. It just worked out better to go down to Milwaukee and go out for a nice steak dinner for Thanksgiving with my brother, which is wonderful. But I really missed the preparations of Thanksgiving, and I had been with a vegetarian for about 12 years and was perfectly happy for however many of those years that we spent together in our little tiny shack of an apartment in LA. We didn't have a turkey and did sides, and I did like a little cornbread stuffing, and we were very simple. Simple. I cooked up a storm in that apartment. Don't get me wrong, my counter was like this big. It was like a little bit over a foot wide, and I would balance things on the stove, put things on the table out in the other room, like it was crazy. But this year, I wanted to make a turkey. I personally myself had never been sort of in charge of Thanksgiving, and this year I was very much in charge. And you guys, I had like a blast. Like, I loved it. It was so much fun. It was so hard. God bless my mom all those years for putting on Thanksgiving dinners with 3 kids. And two dogs, 3 cats, a guinea pig also in the house at one point. We were a rowdy bunch, and my dad, of course. But I don't know how she did it. And this year I went full on into it, and I printed out, you guys, I've become a cooking nerd, and I'm just like in love with it. It's like one of the best things. I've got like the menu. I wrote all this out after the fact, but at the menu, I printed out every single recipe that I used, and I took little like notes on my little Post-its for things I would do differently next time. But I did like an Alison Roman, it's called Very Good Turkey with Tangy Roasted Shallots, and it was very good. I will agree with her on that assessment. Dry brine for 24 hours. I took like no pictures, by the way. I took some pictures, but like no video. It was a blur. It was insane. I baked a pecan pie and an apple pie, like a double crust apple pie. I made our dinner rolls. It was wonderful. And that same stuffing that I used to make in our tiny little apartment in LA, I've been making it since then. So that was fun to be like, oh yeah, I've been making this a long time. But it was really fun. It was hectic and crazy. We had great leftovers. Totally crashed for days afterward because I was so tired. Literally, I'm not someone who likes to watch a movie in the afternoon. I get restless. I'm like, I need to read, I need to paint, I need to work on something at least. And I just like sat there with my family being like, I'm done. But then a few days later, it was December 1st, and oh my God, like the holidays just keep on coming this year. But it's fun. I'm having a lot of fun. And I was going to do some writing updates throughout this last month, and I just could not get it done. But I will let you know where I'm at right now. Not as far along as I would like to be, as it always happens. But I think the last time I did a video, I might have told you I was 40,000 really messy words into my novel, which is great. it got me really excited, got some momentum going, and then I took some time to reflect and walk around with these ideas and take a million notes. I also did that while I was not writing during the week of Thanksgiving. I was actually writing on my phone just while taking walks, and then during one of the movies, I lied, I didn't just lay there the whole time, but like I did transfer some of the notes from my phone into a document and then printed those out, so I got those to go over today. But it's just been a lot of marinating in this messy novel that I started writing, these 40,000 words. And the week before Thanksgiving, again, I wanted to do a vlog about this, but it's just too much. But I spent that week doing a really intense rewrite of the first scenes of the novel. It had been months since I had looked at those. It was really helpful to look at them and to break them down exactly what needed to happen in those pages, what seeds needed to be planted in that opening scene. How was I going to introduce these dramatic situations? And I'm realizing that I'm writing this novel in a very similar way that I write screenplays, which makes sense. That's sort of my internal structure I have for writing something long, in that I'm someone who irons over. Like I'll hit a certain point, like 40,000 words. Interestingly, that's sort of similar in terms of like where I'll go in a screenplay, in terms of hitting certain like an act break and then sort of running out of steam. So in a screenplay, hitting about page 40, that's when I tend to lose steam. Like I figure out what needs to happen with Act 1. I always know what's happening with all the acts, but I know a lot more about Act 1. So I'll usually hit Act 1 around page 30, or the act break around page 30, and then I'll go a little bit further and then it will start to peter out. And that's exactly what happened with me with this novel, which is, I have to go back to the beginning because I need to clarify things about her background, about the family's background. I haven't even talked to you yet about what this novel's about. That will come in the future. I need space right now, okay? I need to let it develop in silence for now, in privacy for now. But I hit that point where I was like, I don't know enough about some of these dramatic situations. I don't have enough steam. So I go back to the beginning, and what I've been doing is very deliberately, with a lot of focus, rewriting these scenes into incredibly polished scenes, because they were all over the place before. I think I turned a scene that was like 8,000 words and turned it into like 5. No, that's wrong. I'm getting it wrong, but because I only rewrote like 5,000 words. I condensed maybe 9,000 words into 5,000 words. Is that what yeah, that's basically what it was. But I was cutting out words, which, as a lot of writers know, when you're starting to cut the words down and become more precise, that's such a good point to be at, because it's, you know what that sound is? I might need to turn it off. It's my little fire right here. It's a little fake fire. If that keeps clicking, I'm going to have to take a break. It's very cozy up here and very sweet. This is where I write. I don't know what I was saying. If you can take a lot of words and condense them down and make it much stronger, that's a good thing. I was really meandering, throwing a lot of backstory into the wrong part of the novel that needs to show up later. So for me, what that does is not only does it strengthen my characters and how they meet, how they start the initial dramatic situation, but it also, where do I want to go with this? It strengthens the arc that I'm taking them on, but it also gives me more momentum as the writer, as my own first reader. I can go, okay, now I can feel the novel. I can feel the novel happening. I do the same thing when I read a screenplay. Oh, I can feel the movie. Now I'm excited. Now I want to follow this journey. And my joy carries me through my own work. And that's how I work. I know that a lot of people just like do a vomit draft where they write everything out. I think that's fantastic. I am like a vomit note person. I walk around with notes. I walk around with ideas. I'm always carrying the novel with me. Even when I was working on this Thanksgiving dinner, I was taking breaks and going for walks, and my brain was just chewing on the novel and working on it. And I do consider that very much so to be as important as sitting down and writing. You need that space away from your work in order to feel it out, and in order to sort of subconsciously solve your problems. And I was solving problems in my novel, in the pages that I was rewriting, just by going on a walk, which is awesome. I love creativity. It's so cool. So that's where I'm at right now. I wish I'd gotten further along before Thanksgiving, but I'm so proud of where this novel is going, and it is at a place where it's like, if I needed to show, I'm not going to, but if I needed to show these pages to someone, I would feel proud of the direction that this novel is going in, and that makes me really excited. And I'm just going to continue going on scene by scene. I've got like a little schedule where it's like Monday, rewrite this scene, Tuesday, rewrite this scene, and I've got a little schedule going. As of right now, I'm not even going to tell you when I should be done writing this. It's not soon. I'll say that. It's in 2025 when I should be done rewriting this. Rewriting/writing the rest of the novel. Because if I tell you, you're going to know how much I missed my own mark, which is something I always do. I always miss my own deadline. I always miss my own mark because life comes up. The week of Thanksgiving, I thought maybe I'd write on Monday or Tuesday. I did not. Are you kidding me? There's way too much to do. That'll happen the week of Christmas also. Several days before Christmas, I'll just stop and get to work on Christmas. Then I'll like lay around with my family, be tired, just like think about the year, take some time to just be quiet, and then eventually I'll get back into it again. I know myself well enough at this point that work doesn't get done the week of the holidays, but again, work does get done because I'm taking notes on it. And it's really helpful to take that time away. But yeah, I never make my own deadlines, my own schedule. Like life comes up and then I just move it and it's fine. But if I hadn't set that schedule of like, I think I could get it done at this rate, then I wouldn't keep going at such a nice pace overall, even if it's not the ideal pace that I had set up for myself. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, this is where I'm at right now. I am still working very early on in terms of this rewrite, and it's the granular details at this point. It's making sure that these arcs are firm and strong, and there are characters that I still don't feel like I know them that well, so I am sitting with them and I am working on it, and yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's messy, but it's sort of more concentrated than it's ever been. And that's what it really makes me feel is, wow, I'm writing a book. I wrote a draft of a novel last fall. I basically took another screenplay, a thriller screenplay that I wrote, and I turned that into a novel draft. And that's great, and I'm going to return to that at some point. But I've learned so much since then, and this particular novel that I'm working on right now is really teaching me how to write a novel. It's not just adapting what was a script into a novel. It started as a novel, but it also, again, it's granular, it's detailed, I feel like I'm really finally stepping into the effort of writing a novel, the effort of what it really takes, and that is both like snow in the face, like, okay, this is a lot, and also like, oh, this is a lot and I'm doing it. And that's a really, really fun feeling. And it's fun to be writing it during this holiday season. It feels very festive. So I'm glad you're here. And yeah, I'll tell you more about it as the writing goes along. Okay, hi. So I am sitting here by the Christmas tree, which hasn't been decorated yet, but it's up. We're feeling festive still. It's the end of the first week of December. Had a pretty good writing week. As always, I never feel like I've gotten done what I want to, but the aim helps. And usually at this point, I'm just like good at knowing the pattern, but it still kind of disturbs me each time, which is I'll have a really great writing day. Like I know I had 1 or 2 really great long writing days this week, but they were followed by like very tired days where I was kind of sluggish, didn't really feel like it. So I'm trying to really pace myself, especially because it's the holiday season. And it was just Thanksgiving. It's like whiplash. So I'm, as always, I'm like always fighting a cold. This is like my hobby apparently. But so I had some good naps this week. I rested when I needed to, and that really helped because I'm feeling really good today. It's Sunday as I'm recording this, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited about the novel. Like I was thinking about this yesterday while going for a walk, just how I came up with the idea for this novel about a year ago. I came up with the idea to write this kind of novel about a year and a half ago. And it's taken so long for me to finally click into gear and feel like I'm really working hard on it, and really making it happen. And I know that that's because I've been carrying the ideas inside of me for a year, for months, and I've had to do it that way. You know, I think that when we write things that are really big and really important to us, and also very, frankly, just very lengthy, with big worlds, lots of details, for the most part, we have to hold that for a while inside of ourselves and let it marinate. And that's what I've been doing, right? It's been months and months and months of me like having starts and stops and quitting and feeling like, well, I don't need to research things, or I'm just taking notes on my phone while I'm going for walks. And all of that has added up to this moment that I'm in right now, where it's like, I look forward to actually writing it, which is, I know some people just like love to write. I am not one of those people who just loves to write. I'm like, I don't feel like it. I never feel like writing. It feels like work to me. It really does. You know, you're sitting at a desk. You have to be good. You have to like sit there and focus. It feels like work to me. So when I'm really into the story and I'm like, ooh, I actually could keep going. I could keep writing. That's when I'm like, it's thrilling. It's exciting. These are those moments that feel really like writers in movies, like you just can't stop typing, which is such a rarity for writers. As you know, if you're a writer, you're like, yeah, that's a lot of it's just staring into space or feeling like an idiot, which is how it is for me. So it's sort of great to feel like I'm glad I stuck with it. I'm glad I continued to take the notes. I'm glad I let it sit with me and grow with me. And as I have grown as a person, it's really informing the themes and the stories and the internal worlds of these characters and making it that much richer. And I had a wonderful moment a couple days ago where like I had this one moment in the novel where it just, these characters weren't clicking yet. They weren't really talking to each other. And all of a sudden, a few days ago, they started being actually funny. And I was like, okay, now we're talking. Now these feel like my friends. I feel like I get them. I feel like my voice is shining through. I feel like I could see a lot of magic happen between them. So yeah, I'm glad I've continued to sit with it and to not give up on these people, because I was like, oh, I'm not funny. I can't make these people charming. I can't, like, I just I just hated it for a while, or it just felt murky and gray, and now it's starting to feel a lot better. So anyway, yay. Excited to decorate that. Yeah, having a lot of fun last night having a lot of fun with the season. Last night I made some buttered rum almond cookies that were from like I am new to this, but apparently the New York Times does like a cookie recipe drop every year. So that was one of their cookie recipes that they dropped, I guess a few days ago or last week. And I was like, I'm gonna do that one, the almond cookies with buttered rum, and they're so good. They're so good. I made those last night while watching Bridget Jones's Diary, which to me counts as a Christmas movie. It's not really a Christmas movie, but listen. If it starts at Christmas or around Christmas time, if it ends around Christmas time, it feels like a Christmas movie to me. And so that's like a Christmas movie to me. The 90s Little Women is a Christmas movie to me. What else? While You Were Sleeping is a Christmas movie to me, even though it starts at Christmas and ends in like February? Anyway, yeah. But so that was very fun last night. And today I am going to, the dog is barking. Today I'm going to bake some molasses cookies. So yeah, I'm gonna go get the dog, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.